What's up, guys? Welcome back to the channel. Here we are with another reaction. In this, we have Jaishankar top 10 Jaishankar savage replies that went viral. I'm so hyped because I love getting to see Jaishankar savagely reply to people. Before we dive in, though, if you guys happen to enjoy, please don't forget to smash subscribe, give the video a thumbs up, and let's get right to it.
This is the construct you are trying to impose on me, and I don't accept it. I mean, I don't think it's necessary for me to join this axis or not, and if I'm not joining this, I must be with the other one. I don't accept it.
I feel that.
I think I'm 1/5 of the world's population. I am what today the fifth or sixth largest economy in the world. I mean, forget the history, civilization bit. Everybody knows that. But I think I'm entitled to have my own side.
Dr. S. Jaishankar,
Talk to him,
India's
Jaishankar.
External Affairs Minister, is one of the most respected diplomats in the world today. A former Indian Foreign Service officer with over 4 decades of experience in global diplomacy,
Absolutely.
he has served as India's ambassador to the United States, China, and other key nations. In today's video, we count down the top 10 Jaishankar moments that shook the world only on India Top 10.
Number 10. Pakistan often tries to raise the Kashmir issue at international forums, but at the UN Security Council in 2022, Jaishankar shut them down with a single sentence.
The credibility of the UN depends on its effective response to the key challenges of our times, be it pandemics, climate change, conflicts, or terrorism. While we search for the best solutions, what our discourse must never accept is the normalization of such threats. The question of justifying what the world regards as unacceptable should not even arise. That certainly applies to state sponsorship of cross-border terrorism. Nor can hosting Osama bin Laden and attacking a neighboring parliament serve as credentials to sermonize before this council. That said, I thank all council members for their contributions. I now resume my duty as the president of the council.
Number 9. At the
I love
2000
how his savage replies are. It's never like him getting angry, never him yelling, never him. But he's so good with his words. He's so good at replying to hypocritical questions or things that are unfair, absolutely unfair. People trying to hate on it. He's so freaking good.
2024 Munich Security Conference, Jaishankar was asked why India maintains strong relations with both the West and Russia. His response, a masterclass in strategic diplomacy, quickly went viral.
Your question, do we have multiple options? Answer is yes. Is that a problem? Why should it be a problem? If I'm smart enough to have multiple options, you should be admiring me. You shouldn't be criticizing. Now, is that a problem for other people? I don't think so. I don't think so, certainly in this case and in that case, because look, we try to explain what are the different pulls and pressures which countries have. And it's very hard to have a unidimensional relationship. Now, again, different countries and different relationships have different histories. If I were to look, say, between the US and Germany, it is rooted, there's an alliance nature to it. There's a certain history on which that relationship is grounded. In our case, it's very different. So I don't want you to even inadvertently give the impression that we are purely and unsentimentally transactional. We are not. We get along with people, we believe in things, we share things, we agree on some things, but there are times when when you're located in different places, have different levels of development, different experiences, all of that gets into it. So life is complicated, life is differentiated, and I think it's very important today not to reduce the entire complexity of our world into very sweeping propositions. Yeah. I think that era is today behind us. Yeah. So I agree very much with what Tony said, which is good partners provide choices. smart partners take some of those choices. But sometimes there will be choices on which you say, well, I think I'll pass up on that one.
Number 8.
And I feel like that incredibly well said because, like, yeah, why is it a bad thing to have options? It's not because if you choose one side or the other, then you are now completely eliminating the potential of trade deals with that other side. And so now you're almost slave to this other side because now you're very dependent upon them. But no, let's have options, right? If they gonna offer me a better deal, I'm gonna go with them. Y'all offer me a better deal, I'm gonna go with y'all. But we're a country with 1/5 of the world's population. 1/5 of the world's population. We don't have the luxury of cutting certain deals off because we have so many citizens that need the best deal possible for them, for their cost of living, that we can't just say, you know what, we're all with y'all, even though we gotta pay more with y'all. No, if they gonna offer a cheaper deal for our citizens, we're gonna take the better deal. That's that's good business. That's good leadership. But of course, there's going to be people that are upset about it because India's not doing what they want India to do.
Western nations often criticize other countries for their internal matters, but when the same is done to them, they don't take it well. In April 2023, at an event in Bengaluru, Jaishankar addressed this hypocrisy head on, responding to the constant foreign commentary on India's domestic affairs.
You want the truthful answer or the diplomatic answer? Okay. There are two reasons. Reason number one is because the West has a bad habit for a long time of commenting on other people. Okay, they somehow think it's some kind of God-given right, huh? and I think they will have to learn only by experience that if you keep doing this, other people will also start commenting, and they will not like it when that happens. But I can see it happen. Okay. The second part of the truth is we can have our arguments, but when in our arguments you actually invite the world to come and comment on you, okay, then people are more tempted to comment, no?
Yeah.
So we also need to not give those very generous invitations to the world saying, oh, there are problems in India, America and Europe, why are you standing by and doing nothing? So if somebody from here goes and says, why are you standing by and saying nothing, then obviously they are going to comment. So part of the problem is them, part of the problem is us, and I think both need fixing.
Number 7.
Dang, that was absolutely perfectly answered. Even though it's not the political answer, it still sounds low key like a political answer, but it is the truthful answer. I absolutely respect that.
At a UN press conference, a Pakistani journalist provocatively asked Jaishankar how long India would continue financing terrorism. His response was swift and brutal.
You're asking the wrong minister when you say, how long will we do this? Because it is the ministers of Pakistan who will tell you how long Pakistan intends to practice terrorism. So, look, this, at the end of the day, the world is not stupid, the world is not forgetful, and the world does, increasingly call out countries and organizations and people who indulge in terrorism. And by taking that debate elsewhere, you're not going to hide it. You're not going to confuse anybody anymore. People have figured it out. So my advice is, please clean up your act. Please try to be a good neighbor. Please try and contribute to what the rest of the world is trying to do today, which is economic growth, progress, development. So I hope through your channel that...
Number 6. The United States
I respect. Hey, you. Oh, you trying to flip it on us? You trying to say how long will we sponsor terrorism when the world already know? The world ain't dumb. You trying to say it's us? The world knows y'all are the terror capital of the world. The world already know y'all be housing terrorists. How you gonna try to flip this shit? I like what you tried to do. You tried to flip it on us. You tried to point the finger at us. But we all know who it is. So you're asking the wrong minister. When it comes to terrorism, you're asking the wrong minister. You need to go ask the Pakistan minister.
Frequently comments on human rights issues in India. But at a US India press conference in 2022, Jaishankar made it clear that India can also respond in kind.
Put it to you this way, so that there's clarity about where we stand on this matter. Look, people are entitled to have views about us, but we are also equally entitled to have views about their views
Yeah,
and about the
agreed.
interests and the lobbies and the vote banks which drive that. Whenever there is a discussion, I can tell you that we will not be reticent about speaking out. I would also, just so that I round off that point, tell you that we also have views on other people's human rights situation, including that of the United States. So we take up human rights issues when they arise in this country, especially when they pertain to our community.
Number 5. In
Hey,
2023,
it's like, hey, yeah, they got views about us, but we got views about them too. You feel me? And don't get mad at us commenting to your comment when you the one who commented in the first place. There would have been nothing to comment to had you not said anything. So don't get upset with us.
at the Shanghai Cooperation Organization (SCO) meeting in Goa, Pakistan's foreign minister suggested that India and Pakistan should work together to fight terrorism. Jaishankar's response was simple and powerful.
India and Pakistan should sit together. You know, victims of terrorism do not sit together with perpetrators of terrorism to discuss terrorism. Victims of terrorism defend themselves, counter acts of terrorism, they call it out, they delegitimize it, and that is exactly what is happening. So, to come here and preach these hypocritical words as though we are on the same boat, I mean, they are committing acts of terrorism. And, you know, I don't want to jump the gun on what happened today, but I think we're all feeling equally outraged. So I think, I mean, let's be very, very clear on this.
Yeah.
You know, on this matter, the terrorism matter, I mean, I would say Pakistan's credibility is depleting even faster than its forex reserves.
Number 4. At a
Yeah. Yeah, y'all playing when y'all talking to Jaishankar, y'all messing with the wrong one. Jaishankar, he gonna be ready to respond. He said, "Can they work together?" He said, "Nah, like victims of terror don't work with the perpetrators of terror. They defend themselves." Nah, you're talking to us like we're doing the same thing, like we're equal in terrorism. No, we don't have it here. It's over there. So you need to be saying, will they figure out something to stop terrorism? Not will we work together because it's not coming out of here.
the 2022 press conference in Washington, Jaishankar was asked why India was buying oil from Russia despite Western sanctions. His response exposed European hypocrisy in one line.
Now, as Secretary Blinken has pointed out, we have made a number of statements which outline our position in the UN, in our parliament, and in other forums. And briefly, what those positions state is that we are against the conflict, we are for dialogue and diplomacy, we are for urgent cessation of violence, and we are prepared to contribute in whatever way to these objectives. I noticed you refer to oil purchases. If you are looking at energy purchases from Russia, I would suggest that your attention should be focused on Europe, which probably we do buy some energy which is necessary for our energy security. But I suspect, looking at the figures, probably our total purchases for the month would be less than what Europe does in an afternoon. So you might want to think about it.
Before we dive into the top 3,
Our total purchases of the month would be less than Europe does it one afternoon. So you over here, you keep preaching at us about oil. We are buying from oil from Russia. You're filling the Europe is buying energy at an insane rate from Russia, but that's okay. We can't buy oil from them, but they can buy all the energy in the world from Russia as they want. Again, very hypocritical. You can't do that.
If you're enjoying this video, don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the bell icon. Now, let's jump straight into the top 3. Number 3. At Chatham House in the UK, when questioned about Kashmir, Jaishankar calmly responded that Article 370 was removed, development was underway, and elections were held. What remains, he said, is the return of the stolen part of Kashmir under illegal Pakistani occupation.
On Kashmir, actually, we have done, I think, a good job solving most of it. I think removing Article 370 was step number one. Then restoring growth and economic activity and social justice in Kashmir was step number 2. Holding elections, which were done with a very high turnout, was step number 3. I think the part we are waiting for is the return of the stolen part of Kashmir, which is on the under illegal Pakistani occupation. When that's done, I assure you, Kashmir solved.
Number 2.
He said, once we get the illegally occupied area of Kashmir from Pakistan, everything gonna be good. Trust me, everything will be good. But as long as they're there, there's gonna be issues there.
Globsec Bratislava Forum in 2022, Jaishankar was asked if India was sitting on the fence regarding Ukraine. His response became one of his most viral moments.
And one of the foremost geopolitical strategists on Wall Street sent me this question for you. And the question is simple. If and when the choice comes down to it, not today, not tomorrow, but in the future, and she strongly believes it will, for India, will it become, in terms of support, the US or China? And that will be kind of a defining moment that comes out of the situation that we face with Russia right now.
Look,
Dang, it low key felt like for a moment that's what it was, and whoever wrote that question might have been on to something. Will it be the U.S. or will it be China? Cause I mean, the two countries is really beefing right now. Both of them trying to talk to India.
number one, why I wanted to interrupt you in a way. I mean, I'm partly reacting to the previous observation. Somewhere Europe has to grow out of the mindset that Europe's problems are the world's problems, but the world's problems are not Europe's problems.
I feel that, yeah.
If it is you, it's yours. If it is me, it's ours. I think that's something, and I see, reflections of that. Again, in terms of, there is a linkage today which is being made. A linkage between China and India and what's happening in Ukraine. So come on, guys. I mean, China and India happened way before anything happened in Ukraine. So
I feel that.
The Chinese don't need a precedent somewhere else in the world on how to, engage us or not engage us or be difficult with us or not be difficult with us. So as I said, I just see this as frankly a not very clever argument, a very self-serving one.
Oh.
Number 1. At the United Nations General Assembly in 2023, Jaishankar delivered a powerful message that signified India's growing influence in world affairs.
At a time when East-West polarization is so sharp and the North-South divide so deep, the New Delhi summit also affirms that diplomacy and dialogue are the only effective solutions. The international order is diverse, and we must cater for divergences, if not differences. The days when a few nations set the agenda and expected others to fall in line are over. As the United Nations itself symbolizes, finding common ground is an imperative. To listen to others and to respect their viewpoints, this is not weakness. It is the basics of cooperation. Only then can collective efforts on global issues be successful.
Dr. S. Jaishankar has redefined India's global image with his bold
Facts.
and fearless diplomacy. Which moment was your favorite? Let us know in the comments.
Ooh.
And if you enjoyed this, don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the bell icon for more such content.
Don't
Yeah.
use necessarily a caricature version of one situation as a yardstick to pass a sweeping judgment.
Ooh. I think it's got to be out of the top two because we all know that second one definitely went viral, and it went viral for a reason. Because I mean, that was how it was. It was very hypocritical. He said Europe's problem. They got to get out the mindset of Europe's problems are the world's problems, but the world's problems aren't Europe's problems. Absolutely, they got to get out of that mindset because when there's other countries that are suffering in the world or that are at war or that need help, it's like, where's your condemnation then of certain countries, or where's your helping hand then? Oh, but now that something's affecting Europe, they want everybody to condemn Russia. They want everybody to be backing them up and be on their side. You can't have it both ways. You know that. And then number one, I think he's absolutely right in the sense of the world. It needs to come to the time of just certain countries being at the top and dictating and making all the rules. Like that time is coming to an end. Like we're coming into an era where it's going to have to be cooperation between countries. And there's a lot of countries that haven't had a voice for a long time. And we're getting to that point where cooperation is key, and those countries are going to get a voice in the world, and it's very intriguing. Tell me what y'all think, though. I would love to hear y'all's thoughts on this video. What was your favorite reply by Jaishankar? Absolutely love watching them. If you enjoyed, don't forget to subscribe. Give it a thumbs up. Check out the next. I'll see y'all next.